you guys, I'm so excited for this video. Y'all should be too. Grab your pen and your notebook because I'm about to be dropping some 100% truth knowledge on y'all today. I'm gonna be helping you guys get your businesses started, giving you some tips on how to build your brand, how to find vendors, all that good stuff. First thing I'm gonna do is run through some steps on how to find a vendor, the steps that you should take in order 1 through 4. So number 1 is going to be check your resources. So yes, of course you have the basics that everybody talks about, from Alibaba to AliExpress and a lot of the ads that you're going to see online in these vendor lists. Go through all of them, see what you like, see if you can find anything that you like. A lot of this stuff when it comes to, you know, starting your own business is research. A lot of it is research. You have to be prepared to do a lot of research, honey. It's a lot of work. Building a business does not happen overnight, honey. It happens over time. You have to put in the work to get result, and trust me, it is worth it. It is so worth it. I'm going to share with you guys some of the battles that I faced when I started my business, the successes, the things that I did wrong, all that kind of stuff, just to kind of help you guys throughout the process of, you know, starting your business and getting your coin, honey. Now, when you're searching, say you're searching on just Google, for example, that's where I did a lot of my searching, just straight from Safari on my phone or Google on my laptop. Make sure that you search for keywords if there's something very specific that you want in your product. So say, for example, say your website theme is like turquoise, and everything you want to sell, you want it to be turquoise. So you could search turquoise case, mink eyelashes, 15 millimeter, like be very, very, very specific. Because if you don't, you're gonna find a bunch of broad general results, and it's going to take you forever to find what you really want. And the amount of time that I'm saying might sound ridiculous. It might sound like, oh my god, it's too much, I don't have that time. You have that time. Trust me, you have that time. I work 40 plus hours a week. I have a very demanding career, very demanding and stressful job, and I'm still running my business just fine. I mean, yeah, it would be easier if I didn't work, but for me, I love my career and I also love my business, so I choose to balance both, because I want both to be successful in my life personally. So if you want that, or even if your end goal is to quit your day job, then you have to start putting in the time now. Because you're not going to be able to quit your day job, make no income, and then put 100% of your time into your website. You have to build up to that. There's levels to this shit, you feel me? There's levels to this shit, honey. Number 2, extremely, extremely important. When you contact a vendor that you like, make sure that you ask for a sample of the product first. If the company is not willing to give you a sample of the product first, you might have to pay a little fee, whatever, or shipping or something like that. But if they are not willing to give you a sample of the product, throw them out. Do not trust them. If they don't have the money or the willingness to let you experience the product and know if you like it and stuff like that, then they're not going to be a good long-term business partner for you with your business. Like so for example, my vendors, they always have a bunch of new products that drop, and I'm the first one they hit up to try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of communication, them wanting you to build your brand and also better their business, is something that you want. You want them to care about their product and their business just as much as you care about your product and your business and what you're putting out. Like, they're like, okay, like, they'll hit me up because they know that I sell lip gloss, I sell lashes, eyeshadow, and highlighter. So when they come out with a new eyeshadow palette or anything like that, they hit me up and they're like, hey, do you want me to send you this free sample, you just gotta pay shipping. I'm like, yeah girl, send it this way, of course, honey. And that's how I end up building my business, you know what I mean? That's how I end up having more and more products for my website. So make sure you test the product. Do not get anything and do not put anything on your store until you have tested that product yourself, okay? Because if you wouldn't wear it, don't be selling it to us for us to wear, honey, okay? All the makeup that I sell, honey, I wear myself. I wear it every single time I do my makeup. I'm wearing my makeup. Also, it's about quality. You want to obviously quality check your product. You want to be selling no BS. If you do makeup, you already know how stuff should feel, how it should look, how it should blend. I'm real big on like sensitive skin and making sure that my products are sensitive skin friendly, because I have sensitive skin. You know, just stuff like that. Like, you gotta test it, make sure it blends well, like, you know what I mean? Like pigment, you want to be able to recommend it to certain skin tones, stuff like that. And just seeing pictures online is not going to give you enough. Like, it's just not. Trust me, you just need to test it. Because if you are advertising your business, you need to be your biggest fan. And with that, you need to advertise your products on yourself. You need to show people like, oh, this is what it looks like on me, da da da, whatever. It just builds trust with your clients. It's build your brand, honey. Build your brand. That's how you do it, sis. I'm telling you. Because even when I post like the model pictures of my clothes, people always go crazy when I post me and my clothes. Like, it's just different. You just have to, you gotta be out there. Like, if you're not even using your own shit, why would they? You know what I mean? And that's how people think. Like, where's she getting this? You know, there's just some random photos. It doesn't mean anything until you attach it to yourself, because you are your brand. You represent your brand, honey. 100%. You represent your brand. So represent your brand. Step 3 is going to be shipping your product, obviously. So you've already found your vendor, you found your products, you've tested them, quality is good, they popping, they smooth, you promote it, whatever. Step 3 is going to be to ship your product. So there's going to be a few different equipment that I will recommend that I spent as low as cost as I can find, honey, because trust me, I am cheap. I might not seem like it, but when it comes to this business stuff, you really have to be careful, because you will end up spending so much money. So I found pretty decent deals on a lot of the things that I bought. Honestly, they're like, because I'm about quality, but I'm also about price, honey. Like, I'm not gonna spend $60 for some shit that I can get just as good for $30. You feel me? So I will list below the label printer that I use, the packaging that I use, and I'll put that in the description bar below. Told you I got y'all. And step 4, be reasonable. Okay, this ties into so many different aspects of your business, but what I'm going to specifically talk about is pricing. So you just started your business, and especially if you weren't already selling stuff beforehand, you have to be reasonable. You can't just go out the gate charging high ass prices on this stuff that nobody knows about, nobody's heard of, nobody's tried. You know what I mean? Like, you have to build up to that. There's levels to this shit, honey. I'm telling you, there's levels to it. So even if you're not making a huge profit in the beginning, that is okay. You have to accept that. You have to understand that everything you buy is not going to sell immediately. Like, you're not going to buy 40 eyeshadow palettes and sell them all in a week and all in 2 weeks. And it really does take time. It takes a lot of advertising. It takes a lot of advertising, a lot of patience, a lot of strategy. But you just have to accept that. Like, you can't just be out the gate like, boom, I'm about to be on 1 million. You know what I mean? Like, that's the end goal, honey. And you are going to get there as long as you stay persistent. But be reasonable, sweetheart. Be reasonable. If you're buying and what I do is price compare. So, like, when I come out with a new eyeshadow palette, like the current one that I have right here, this is my current eyeshadow palette. It's got the ingredients on the back. That eyeshadow palette right there, I price compared for a while. It really doesn't take that long. Like, it took me maybe 15-20 minutes to just look at different similar eyeshadow palettes based on color, based on color and based on how many colors that I have on there. So this is more of like a rainbow type palette. So what I do is I imagine, like, if I was trying to find this palette, what would I search for? So I would do that, and then I would price compare very similar products to this one. Now be careful doing that, because honey, do not compare your stuff to these high level brands, because it is different. You cannot charge the same price on your palette as Juvia's Place and all these other, you know, companies that are already established, are already trusted. You have to be reasonable. Please be reasonable, honey. I'm trying to tell you. Because you're going to be upset. You're going to be like, why is my $40 eyeshadow palette not selling, honey? Because it's $40 and don't nobody know shit about it. You got to be real, sweetheart. You got to be real. So, like, I have mine on sale for only $19.99. That's it. Very realistic. It's got 35 colors. They're all high pigments. I've showed them. I advertise them. People are using them. They're advertising them. I recently raised the price up just a little bit because I feel like it is at the point that I can, because I've sold enough for the price to go up a little bit. So the price currently is at $25, because adding the shipping price really into it was the reason why I did that. But yeah, honey, just be reasonable. Just price compare. Be realistic. You will get there one day. You're gonna get there. You're gonna be balling. And I mean, even this little palette, like, I've made, off of just this palette alone, I've made over $400. That's a lot of money. Like, just off of this palette, I've made about $400, and I just opened my business up in like a week and a half ago, May 25th, whenever that was. So that's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Like, for somebody that's just starting, and I have over 500 products on my website, so that's just all I've made off of just this palette. That's plenty of money, honey. Trust me, it will come. And I'm gonna help you guys with advertising and all that other kind of stuff, because there's just so much to this business stuff. Like, there's so much to it. Like, there's so many more videos to come, guys. I promise. I'm gonna help you guys out, help lead you on the way, but for now I gotta kind of break it into pieces, because like I said, it's a lot. It's not easy starting a business, but it's very rewarding, and it is definitely worth it when you got money coming into your account every single day, honey. Every day, because the payout is every day. I use Shopify, so I wake up in the morning and my payout from yesterday is in my account the next. If you want me to get specific and you want specific vendors from me, I got you. I finally created a list, a really dope ass list, y'all. Listen. So basically what I did was I put together the reasons why I disliked the vendor lists that I've bought previously, and I combated them and fixed them when I made my list. So different things, like I said, like how these businesses will advertise certain products, and then you get the vendor list and those products are not even on the list. Like, that's a scam. That 100%, that is a scam, and that is ridiculous. So I made sure that anything that I advertise in that video, honey, you can find. All those products are actually on my website and many more. I mean, not my website, but my vendor list, you know what I mean. But just to give you an idea of the kind of products that you will actually see on my website. And then another thing is how I didn't like how versatile or how bland the lists were. Like, they would only have a couple generic ass like vendors that weren't, you know what I'm saying, they weren't interesting. It wasn't like customizable, it wasn't like unique, it didn't give you variety, you know what I mean? So the vendors that I have on my list are like, your creativity can just run wild. Like, you can literally create damn near anything you can think of, you can create with my vendor list. So, and this video, trust me, is not to promote my vendor list, it's just to help you guys out, because you guys did ask for it. In my last video, I've had a lot of people hitting me up like, where do you get your vendors, where do you find these people, whatever. So this is it, honey. I made it available on my website. It is currently on sale. I have it for a really low price, because my goal, honestly, is to just help you guys start running, you know what I mean? Like, it's not to capitalize off of people trying to build and better themselves. That is not my goal. That'll never be my goal. So if you're interested in that list, one thing I can guarantee you is quality. You will find many products that you like. That's a guarantee. That's something that I can definitely guarantee with my vendor list, because there's just so much variety. There's over 6,000 products. You're actually getting a list. So you're getting like this vendor, this vendor, this vendor, this vendor. You're getting so many different vendors. You're getting a legit list, not these folks selling a vendor list for 55 bucks and you're getting 2 vendors. That's not a list. That is not a list, sweetheart. That is a scam. We don't do that. So that's just a little bit of what you can expect if you do purchase my vendor list. Thousands of products, thousands of customization options to any color, design, anything you can think of. Eyeshadow, highlight, literally anything you can think of, makeup brushes, everything. So I covered that pretty intensely. And another thing that I did add in my vendor list was a walkthrough and advice on how to communicate with vendors. I actually have a template on there that you can copy and paste to send to your vendors when you are reaching out to them. Also, all the questions that you need to ask your vendors before you decide to purchase their product. How to test products, just how to communicate with them on a professional level. That way they respect you. You guys have a mutual understanding, mutual respect, mutual expectations. I have that all in the vendor list, honey. Like, it's all there. It's all there. So if you're interested in that and you've been searching and looking for vendor lists, you good. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna leave it in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be back with another. If you like this, please leave me a like and subscribe for more. I promise you I got many more of these coming, honey, okay? See you guys later.